Uh, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hearthstone. I'm doing this at night because I can't sleep and I wanted to do something. So, yeah, let's get started. Mm, So, the last episode we defeated General Abdahi, but he escaped, but we took back the Rivia castle. Now we're in Aldersburg, where the last of the Nilfgaardian forces on the north remain. At least that's what the story is. Let us look at our map again. You see our map? Let's send some scouts out there to see what they can pick up.
Look, 'tis Meave, slayer of the Blacklands. Long live the Queen!
Turns out I forgot to attach my headphones, so let me do that now. Cool. Okay, we're back in business.
Just watch and wait. I wager you'll chase the Emperor himself off the throne. They say war's a man's affair, but you showed them, my lady. Just watch and... They say war...
Okay, that's everything she says. So let's cross the river. Are they fighting the
Nilfgaardian had
Spartians?
grown into a great serpent. So much so that riding at the column's tail, Neve could not see its head. Footmen, cavalry, and archers stretched like a glistening snake between two horizons. Neve had come a long way indeed, and she felt proud, as did Willem riding at her side. At first, the troops had eyed the prince suspiciously, if not with hatred. But they'd watched him fight for weeks now, and saw him as one of their own.
Okay.
Suddenly, Neve heard angry cries and the clash of steel against steel, all at the column's front.
Those ranks! To the left! March left! Support the flank!
Neve drew her sword, spurred her horse, and galloped forward along the line of troops. Then, through the swirling battle dust, she spotted shimmering golden suns.
Cool. We start with a battle. Nilfgaardian survivors. Meave drew her sword, yet did not rush headlong into the heat of the battle as she once would have. Old wounds and lasting trauma still nagged her, and besides, enough blood had already been spilled. The queen awaited the day when she could finally exchange her heavy armor for an elegant dress and a saddle for a throne. Okay. It's a shortened battle. I forgot what cards I had, but hopefully I have good cards. Let us continue. Let's hide the cards and see what they have. Once an ally is destroyed, flee the battlefield. Okay. Cool. So I need cards that I can use to destroy allies. So let's remove this card. Remove this card. Maybe these cards. I don't know. Yeah. Let us start by playing the rider.
Yes?
Remove this guy,
You mad? Don't shake that!
this guy,
For Mahakam!
and let us remove the guy who says for Mahakam. And let us add, let's burn that and let's add Ballista. So let's burn the bottom row and let us add Ballista. Let's end the turn. Okay.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
Let me play the patricide.
Death is only the beginning!
And let's damage this by 3, this by 2, and this by 1. So all of them ran away.
No?
Damage this by 3, this by 2, and this by 1. Let's damage him by 1 and zap him. He's dead too. Let me bring in another ballista. Let's end the turn.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
I don't even know what to bring. Let's bring in this guy. The thing is, this is enough to kill him. And turn.
101, 102, 103.
Yeah, let's just deploy this. And again, one ballista is enough to kill him. Like, not a big challenge this time. Oh. Let's kill this guy and use this to damage him more. And he's dead. Let's damage this guy by one, because why not? And let's play this guy.
Cursed traitors.
End the turn. Same thing again, I guess. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, 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 and we're done. And let's play this guy.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Let's end turn. Let's play this guy. Damage, 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 and we're done. Let's play this guy. Damage, 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 and damage, damage, damage. I'm not even gonna use Meave's ability now.
Off to the front yet again.
Let's just put in Rainer here.
knows what she's doing.
And damage, damage, damage. And let's pass.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Well, you guys didn't have mercy when you were, like, actually doing genocide.
Normally disciplined, determined to an extreme, these Nilfgaardians quickly broke rank and ran.
Deserters! Leaderless, Your Grace.
A scout reported.
Headed south they was, towards the frontier.
Chained prisoners now sat along the dusty road. Meave stopped in front of one. He was ragged and unshaven. Flies had taken an interest in his poorly bandaged hand. Spotting the Queen, he lowered his head and quivered with terror.
I know you take us for savages,
Began Meave, her gaze passing over several scraggy black-clads.
but fear not. We shan't flay you alive nor eat you for dinner. And when a truce is signed, you'll be sent home, where I most sincerely hope you'll stay this time.
As the Queen mounted her horse, she barely concealed a grimace. Her thighs were sore and chafed, her hands raw from the reins. But she bit her lip and rode on, for the prize was now very near.
Okay. I think they wanted to...
When it fell. Broke my heart, that did. But not complete. Now we'll take it back.
Yeah, I think this was supposed to be an easy battle, just to show how the Nilfgaardians have gone down.
Other kings could learn a thing or two from you, Your Majesty. Fight on!
Fight on, brother, fight
It
on.
was we who were to offer Lyria our aid. Things got turned right round.
Sure. Your Majesty, a boat used by the Nilfgaardians to haul looted goods has crashed in the span of the wrist. We can attempt to fish out the valuables, but the current... Sure, let's make an offer to the villagers. Why not?
Other kings could learn a thing. Was in Alder's book.
Okay, let's look at the map again. Yeah, let's finish things down here. Actually, let's finish things up here. Where do we need to go? We need to go there. Yeah, this is gonna be a short episode, I guess, or a long one, depending on how the missions play out, but I think I'll do it in one go, the whole thing. I think this is going to be the epilogue, I guess. My lady, as you can see, the residents of Eden are giving their effort to rebuild their homes. They ask willingly trade lumber in exchange for items. Give them our wood and add some gold for good measure. Why not? Like I have so much of it.
The good mothers guided you to victory. Nilfgaard
Yes.
angered the gods. Too much pride in them, not enough humility. The entire North owes you thanks, milady. And you, the gods. Nilfgaard
Okay. Let's see what's this. A new cemetery, one of the many that have appeared in the area. Most of the dead have not been named. Their graves unnamed. Our soldiers have requested light candles in their honor. Sure, why not? Like I'm doing all these tasks which are supposed to help upgrade my unit's morale. Hopefully, I'm not wasting all the morale tasks, and hopefully I don't need to suffer in the end where my units have low morale and I have nothing to do to raise their morale. But that's a thought for a different time, I guess. Let us go here. How can I go there? Oh, I need to go from down here, I guess. I can't even go down there from here. Cool, I missed something there. Oh, it's this thing. So maybe go from down here.
Neve was listening to a scout's report when screams suddenly burst from the prisoner transport. In a moment, Neve bore witness to a truly macabre sight. The Nilfgaardian captives to whom she had recently been merciful lay dead, massacred in cold blood among the camp's tents.
Blast it all.
Seethed the queen, looking at the bloodied corpses. Those responsible for the deed, peasants from the quarry at Ravencloft, Neve had welcomed into her ranks. The harm they'd endured from Nilfgaardians wielding whips. This was what had festered in their hearts and minds. The Rivians couldn't accept that their oppressors had gone unpunished. So they took matters into their own hands, in defiance of the Queen.
There's fiends, not folk.
Cried the peasants, now armed and in uniform.
There was old this, plain and simple.
It had been justice by a mob, and Meve knew it should not go unpunished. Yet at the last, ignoring her advisor's counsel, she left the former slaves' fate for their commanders to decide. For the Queen had grown weary of choosing between two evils, each one darker than the other.
Cool, I don't have to choose what to do with them.
Long live Neve! Long live the Queen!
Long live you too, random citizen. Why do I feel like Abdahi is just gonna say, hey, I give up. You can have everything. Yeah, this is gonna go slow.
All's left is to drive the Blacklads from Aldersburg, and the war's won. Our Demoven's not bad, but he don't hold a candle to Meve. Our Demo...
Okay. So there's something I can pick up here. The warriors and Blacklads flee with tails between their legs. The time has come to raise our homeland from ash and rubble. To those who yet live, take up hammer, saw, and axe. Roll your sleeves and set to work. The nation is building its own. Okay. Yeah, let's get these things and go to this place.
Meve noticed one of her scouts, a certain Corporal Larkin, halt his mount and train his gaze on the woods.
Your Grace, I thought I heard something. Could have sworn. A whisper, maybe, but... nothing now. It's all gone quiet. I think I might have imagined it, in fact.
Imagined?
Meve placed her hand on his shoulder.
No one has sharper senses than you. If you claim to have heard something, it's worth a closer look.
Corporal Larkin saluted, then rode past the trees. Suddenly in shadow, he keenly scanned his surroundings. Something caught his attention. He dismounted, then brushed aside ferns, exposing tracks made in the mud.
Your Majesty!
He shouted, quickly turning towards the road.
Sound the alarm! It's squirt!
An arrow whisked through the air, pierced his throat, and suddenly silenced him. Then the forest came alive with cries in the Elder tongue. Elves on the attack.
Okay. Another battle. It's a short battle. Maeve cursed under her breath. Did Squirtle hatred know no bounds? The war had already been lost. Nilfgaard, who had supported their cause against the Northern Kingdoms, had retreated beyond the Yaruga by attacking the Queen's army. The elves must have known there stood nothing to gain. That is, other than the heads of the enemy. Toin. What's a Toin? Dehoin? Tahoin? I don't know. Okay. Let's hide our cards, see what he has. Damage and enemy by 5 and its addition by 2, by 3. So let's move this, move this, move this, move this, move this. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, let's also remove this.
2 arms!
Got business for me?
Yeah, let's start by putting
I
in this
live
guy.
to serve you.
Thing about slaves.
Oh,
Well.
let's zap him and let us remove this card actually. And let us bring in this guy and this guy, because why not? Okay, let me end the turn. Let me damage this by 3, this by 2, and this by 1. And I can damage this by 1 and zap him to death. And then play this unit, I guess. That's in the turn.
Nay, Dwan vacamest.
And this guy.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
1, 2, 3. And I can just zap him away, I guess. And let us play another Knight Rider, because why not?
I shall not fail!
1, 2, 3. And let's attack him by 1 and zap him out. And let us play another one, I guess. Let's end turn.
None shall tread on us!
Attack with this. 1, 2, 3. And a zap. And then we play this card.
Never have a storm knock out one of your team.
Okay, and turn.
Oh, my little day.
Disgraced Warrior.
Kill me!
And this. 1, 2, 3. They're dead. Let's end the turn.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Okay, let's put this card in our pile and just take these 2 cards. And maybe play this card. I don't know.
Waste of time for one like me. Your tricks will not save you, Dwan.
I don't know. I can just zap him to death. Let me just call in 2 more units.
Right, left, right.
I don't know. I need to attack somebody. Let's attack him. And let me play this guy. And we pass. Kinda looks like they're not even trying anymore. Okay.
Renner, stop! We surrender!
The Scoia'tael fighters stood no chance against Meve. When the sounds of battle finally ceased, the Queen, victorious, tossed aside her arrow-studded shield. She then ordered the commando's leader brought before her. She'd expected a ranter who would turn up his nose, spit in her face, and cry, "Death to all Dwan!" But the bloodied elf before her was no arrogant firebrand. He averted his gaze, and his lips gently trembled.
Youthful you look, elf. How many summers to you? 30? More?
27, my lady.
27. A wonderful age. A shame to die so young.
I beg you, Renner. For mercy, I ask. If not for me, then at the least for...
Mercy? You jest. You wait in ambush, come at us like bandits, and now you dare ask for mercy.
It was no ambush.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what I saw, and am no stranger to warcraft.
It's not you we wished to fight. Sverre.
Then who killed Corporal Larkin, Werebubs?
When we saw you on the high road, we fell back and hid in the wood. We wanted you to pass. Your scout's hearing very keen. He heard something, then spotted our tracks. You must understand. We had no choice.
You know you might have surrendered.
Like Dristan's commando. Is that what you mean? They laid down their arms before an Edirnian general, who ordered them hanged. One and all. If we're to die, we prefer to die bows and swords in hand.
Why are you here? Were you to rescue Epdahi?
Rescue someone? No, Renner. We flee. The Nilfgaardians have realized they'll lose the war and have renounced us. Without their support, we stand no chance. Demavend has loosed his hounds. They hunt our units one by one. He's offered 50 gold pieces for the head of each Scoia'tael. It's the same in Temeria and Kedwen, if not worse. We wish to join with your Veth's unit, flee together as far as we could. It was our last hope.
Why do you tell me all this?
Because you listen still. You've not ordered me killed, so... you've clearly a heart. Eseth Aina Edu. I beg you. So few of us remain. All tired, all wounded. We pose no threat. Let us leave your realm. Let us flee.
I don't know. Sure.
Enough senseless killing for one day. So be it. You're free to leave.
I don't know how to thank you.
Make certain I don't ever regret this decision. 'Twould be thanks enough.
I thank you for your compassion towards me and all my folk.
Meve personally unfastened the prisoner's chains as her Lyrians looked on in silence. They did not approve, this was clear. Their displeasure was palpable.
Let me look at the map. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna change from the morale high thing. Even if I do stupid things. So I have reports. Single, this Guardian has betrayed us. They've told our Nordlings our position, exposed all our hideouts. The peace treaty will contain no guarantee of amnesty for the surrendering arms. You know what that means. You must flee the northern realms. Take your entire commando to the agreed upon location as fast as you can. I wait a week, then move east. Okay, let's look at the map. There's something I can pick here. Master of Guardians, the time when you come demand, require, and expect has come to an end. My payment is not negotiable, nor the amount, nor the currency. Your florins are now worth less than Siderian coppers. I give you until tomorrow. After that, safe passage to the border will remain no longer possible due to Queen Meve's approach from the south. F. So these people were trying to give the Nilfgaardians a safe passage. Let's get in here.
We will lead all the new
Treat yourself to our new view, for a better future through and through. First foundations hoist the walls, then we'll revel in its halls. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland.
That's good.
Everyone's doing...
Okay, let us go attack this place.
It'd be an honor to fight at your side, Majesty. Side by side, we'll kick those blackclads across the Yaruga.
Long live Eden! Long live Rivia! Long live Hyrule! Lyria!
It'd be an honor to...
Okay, where do I go? Right here.
The Lyrian Corps neared Aldersburg, and it could not have been on a more idyllic day. The sun shone, birds sang, trees rustled in a light breeze. But Maeve saw it as she had at the war's start. Walls illumined by a fire's glow, the cries of fleeing civilians, the stench of burning flesh. As on that day, Aldersburg was under siege. Yet this time, Eden's flags fluttered in the field, while Nilfgaard's tattered sons crowned the fort's towers. The Queen found Demavend's tent without difficulty. Made of sheets of silk edged with silver thread, it positively shone.
Seems the realm's restored to a virtuous path,
muttered Maeve.
Aha! There she is! Queen Maeve, savior of the North, the Sun Slayer.
Mockery I don't appreciate.
I wouldn't dare. Not my words, those. You've been painted thus in song. Master Dandelion himself wrote a ballad, The Battle for the Bridge. If you take the bard at his word, you're as fierce with a blade as any witcher.
Is that jealousy I hear?
To be perfectly honest, Maeve, it is. For I hadn't the pluck, nor resolve. And when all the North tucked tail, went to shite, you alone stepped up and bared your fangs. Let it be a lesson for the future to us all.
You called out the future. Tell me, how's your son?
Baldwin. Oh, growing like a weed he is. And the spitting image of his old man.
Good news all, especially given the mother's profession.
She's now Countess Demeretta of Gullet, a lady of the court.
Ooh, your lawful wife must be thrilled.
Hard to say in truth. I've not seen her in some time. Duty keeps me away, you understand.
You work hard, I'm certain. Many a night, too.
You might say so indeed. But enough about me. As we're chirping away like two gossips in the field, do tell me, what a villain.
He's here with me.
Ah. In chains, perhaps?
No. In coronet and robes. We came to an understanding. What's past is past.
Okay.
A lesson for the future? What do you mean?
My dear, this war won't change a bloody thing. Nilfgaard will be Nilfgaard, the North the North. We'll sign a truce, the Blackclads will turn tail towards home, but the old borders don't satisfy us so.
I'm perfectly satisfied with them, thank you. And I just wish other folk would respect them too.
You're one hell of a warrior, but you're no strategist at all. Your perspective, you've got to broaden it. Nilfgaard, we cannot allow it to regain strength and spirit, else we'll face another invasion within a decade or two. Measures are required. Preventive, preemptive, whatever the learned call it. Build an army, a vast one. Wait in ambush. And when they least expect it, break their bloody spine. Just think, if we were to join forces...
Enough. I don't wish to hear it. Won't even entertain the thought. I'll help you take Aldersburg, but then I'll go home, where, God's willing, I'll live to a ripe old age.
As you wish. We can mount the assault at any time, but...
But?
My scouts report a small Nilfgaardian force approaching from the south. They've stayed off the roads, moved only under the cover of night, escorting someone.
Who?
I've no notion. Could be a mage. Devilishly unpredictable, that lot. Could wreak havoc in our ranks. Either way, before we rush at the walls, we must make certain they don't reach Aldersburg at all.
I shall see to it.
Are you sure? You've just arrived. Must be weary after the long journey.
An understatement.
Neve set out after the Nilfgaardians immediately, a cavalry escort in tow. Her unmatched scouts, who had led the army through the mountains of Mahakam and Angren swamps, quickly found the enemy's trail.
This way, Your Grace! There's not far now!
That very same day, Meave's force caught up to the mysterious black-clad unit. Lyrian riders surrounded the foe, forcing the Nilfgaardians to halt. All fell so quiet, the creaking of taut Lyrian bowstrings could be discerned.
The common tongue. Which of you knows it?
I do, Your Majesty.
You also know who you deal with, I see. What is your name?
Kaldvin, Your Majesty.
At last. A Nilfgaardian name I can pronounce. So, Kaldwin. It seems this war will reach its end in 2 days' time at the most. 'Twould be silly to die today, wouldn't you agree?
It would, milady.
Precisely. I've spilled enough blood. I've lost the appetite for more. So, provided you don't give me a good reason to kill you, you'll walk away with your lives. Now tell me. You carry something for General Ebdahi. What is it?
A letter.
Urgent to the point of insanity, it must be. Who wrote it? The dear Madam Ebdahi?
No, Your Majesty. The Emperor.
My. A letter from Emir himself. You must be an important person. A noble, or... Yet your uniform is simple, with no discernible distinctions. Who are you truly, Kaldwin? A spy?
A simple messenger, Your Majesty.
Okay.
Don't lie. I know messengers, how they travel. Alone, armorless, atop a swift steed. You're escorted by cavalry of the heavy sort.
For I often carry orders the recipients don't wish to perform, thus the escort.
Give me the letter.
I've sworn to deliver it to General Ebdahi, or to die in the quest to do so.
Oh, very well. My translator shall read this letter, then return it to you. You shall break no vow, and who knows? You might even survive.
And if I refuse?
Guess.
So be it. I accept your offer.
Meave's translator cracked the seal and read. And as he read, his eyes grew wide as saucers. Then he whispered in the Queen's ear.
What?
Truly. And you're certain you're not mistaken? The wonders of this world. Kaldwin, consider this your lucky day. I allow you to complete your mission, with one proviso.
And that is?
That when you hand him the letter, you will give the General my regards.
As Kaldwin and escort set off towards Aldersburg, the Lyrian soldiers looked at their queen with disbelief. To leave a Nilfgaardian to fulfill a secretive task? Meave failed to stifle a rather mean laugh. They'll understand tomorrow, she thought.
Okay. What's in the
General
letter?
Ebdahi had prefaced Lyria's and Rivia's invasion with a series of arrogant demands. The Nilfgaardian had been impudent, as he had felt sure he'd achieve a quick and decisive victory. Yet several months on, he too received an ultimatum. One signed by Emperor Emir var Emreis himself. The missive was concise and left no room for interpretation. With General Ebdahi dead, the Nilfgaardian army descended into chaos. The kings of the north, united, took advantage and struck at the foe. Their victory was complete. The Nordling forces cheered their commanders and monarchs, but for none so vehemently as the one queen among them. Many dream of achieving the impossible. Meve had done it. Through wit, determination, and boldness, she had thwarted the Nilfgaardian invasion. The Queen would rule for many more years. Stern, yet ever just.
Okay.
Ah! So a lass saved the North from the Blackclads.
That is one way to put it.
Well, I'll be damned. And a chap. She find herself one in the end?
Leave it be. Bloke's been spinning the tale all night. Story's done. Time we got some shut-eye.
Yes. Particularly as we've yet a long road before us.
What is it? Is that Reynard?
Phew. Throat must be past as old leather after all that. Except, I'm itching to know what happened to the lot of them. Reynard, Gascon.
Ah, very well. Whom shall we start with? Willem? He worked hard to regain his mother's trust and respect, took on many daring missions regardless of the risks. The lad who Nilfgaard had wielded as a tool now sowed terror along its borders, and appeared a successor most worthy of Meve.
Okay.
Gascon was buried with honors of the most refined yet mournful sort. His peer lords themselves bore the casket. Soldiers in parade dress beat the funeral drums, and a new stone figure appeared beside the Brossard family vault, the very pointer from their crest, a ducal crown upon its head. Though Nilfgaard owed its defeat chiefly to Meve, in the Empire her name was uttered with utmost respect. Returning soldiers spoke in awed tones of her courage and generosity, referring to her as Gvedin, the tenacious one. With the advent of peace, tensions waned. Lyria's and Rivia's disparate races seemed to live harmoniously, side by side. The Queen pressed for new laws aimed at curbing oppression. They were a step towards more enlightened rule, yet sadly were habitually broken. And Meve? As I said, she ruled with an iron hand, not fist. Reynard ever at her side, tempering, supportive. No longer a general and trusted advisor, he had to the Queen become something more. Much, much more. And now, if you'd allow me...
Course. Leave him be, lads. Let him get some rest. Till the time comes for the next tale.
Okay. And that is the end of ThroneBreaker. 37 hours and 44 minutes. Yeah, I didn't care much for golden chests, but yeah, this is me. Let's return to the main menu. Let's just check if there's any new game plus content. Doesn't look like there is one. Multiplayer seems like the Gwent game, so yeah, this is gonna be a short episode. Cool. So ThroneBreaker's done. I'll be looking for other games to play, mostly single player games though, and turn-based strategy. So yeah, if you like this series, like and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for games I should play, leave them down in the comments. Bye guys.